Well, Macca, what did you make of that?
Another one that's hard to take, to be honest, Steve-O. It's a gritty, hard-working away performance, but we've made two errors. One by myself first half by giving a penalty away, and then one again in the second half, which has ultimately cost us. I don't believe that we deserve to lose the game, but don't want to come in here and say the same things and sound like a broken record. We're not good enough in both boxes at the minute.
Real fine lines today, though.
Absolutely, but again, it's been that in numerous games, and we've come on the wrong end of it too many times, and that's why we're in the position we are. But we can't sit here, we can't sulk, we can't go into our shells, so to say. So we're here, we're coming into work tomorrow, and we're going to be prepared for a big game on New Year's Day.
It looked like it might have been oh so different, certainly at the start of both halves, because Mansfield flew out the traps.
Yeah, we talked about starting the game really well, and when we went in at one down at half time, it was something that we emphasised in the changing room to really come out and start the second half exactly like we did in the first half, and I think we did that in both spells. But ultimately we haven't created too much, and when we have, we've had half chances, and we've not been ruthless enough. And that's not just today; that's been over the previous three games.
Is that what was missing today, in a nutshell? Not testing their goalkeeper enough?
Yeah, probably, and individual mistakes. Like I said before, myself being one of them, giving a soft penalty away. I should be a lot more aware of where the guy was running in, and he's nicked in front of me, and it may be a soft penalty, but I've made the referee make a decision, and ultimately it's not gone our way, and that's been the story of our season so far.
At this moment now, I think it's 8 league games without a win. With such a run, a barren spell, what's the dressing room like? What's its state?
Yeah, well, it's I'd be lying if I came out and said that we're full of beans, and it's hard to come, especially when you come to places like this and there's not much in the game and you come away losing, and we've lost far too many games this season. But from the manager and the senior lads, myself, Bish, Conrad, Piercy, we've got to roll our sleeves up, put our arms around the young lads and say, come on, we've got to go again. And that's going to be from now until the end of the season that we really need to do that.
The manager's not had long at all, has he, to stamp his mark on things, but what has he endeavoured to do in his first 10-11 days?
Yeah, well, this when the manager's joined, it's come at a real tough spell, a real spell where there's not much time to get on the training pitch and really put his ideas across to us. But what he has put across to us is a lot of hard work, very, very honest, and we've certainly performed that in the few games that we've had under him. I mean, the games that we have had under him, it's not been through the lack of effort or lack of desire to try and do it, but we just lack that bit of belief in both boxes, and ultimately that's costing us at this minute in time.
What are your first impressions, Macca, of the man and the manager?
Yeah, brilliant. It's I had when I was in the youth team, he came, and when I was at Burnley, so I knew what kind of character and what kind of person he was before he joined the club. And having speaking to people who've worked under him, he's come across exactly how the lads have told me, an honest man, and wants to get first and foremost a hard-working group, and then once he gets that instilled in the players, then he'll look to play. What
are you expecting from him once he's got his feet under the table?
Pretty much what I've just said then, to be honest. A very hard-working group, but it all comes from a base, and the base is keeping clean sheets, something that we've not really been good at so far this year. And ultimately we need to improve on that, and he knows that, and we as a group of professionals know that. So we're gonna try and instill that first and foremost, and then anything that comes off the back of that then will be a bonus.
Finally, Macca here from West Yorkshire, just a final word on the supporters. You mentioned them earlier, but a fantastic travelling number, and they backed you throughout, didn't they, to end 2019 ultimately not on a winning note, but a superb support here today. Yeah,
I don't know how many there was, but at times they outsung the Bradford fans, and when you come into a stadium like this, it's impressive. They've got a lot of people behind their team, but we certainly heard them from minute 1 to minute 94 or wherever it was, and it was, I've said it many times before, the fans at this club have been magnificent. We did go through a bad spell at the start of the season, but ever since the new manager's come on board, and we've really felt a real galvanised spirit from the stands, and it's it's certainly going to help us from now until the end of the season. And it's from me and the lads, we thank them for that support.
Thanks, Macca. Happy New Year.
Cheers, Steve-O.